Hello guys, this video is about gathering glitch or some gathering glitch that is there into the game, and apart from it how you can exactly grow fast in this particular game, right? So firstly I would be covering the gathering glitch part that I have mentioned, right? And after that I would be speaking about all the ways and method that you can use and through which you can grow fast in this particular game, right? So guys, let's firstly start our gathering glitch part. So firstly, I'm gonna use these general for the gathering part, and I will show you the result on those general. So here, I'm gonna use the food gatherer, this Shimazu Yoshihiro, right? And these are the gear what I'm using. And in the assistant general, I'm gonna use just simply the any, the Queen Jindio, right? Because it gives the 40% extra, and the Shimazu give the 30% extra, right? So I would be getting the extra gains from the both general. So that's why I'm using this combination that you might be already using it from the pretty much while. Plus there would be the little more extra that would be because of the glitch part, right? I would be using the second general, on the second tile, second food tile, again the Shimazu Yoshihiro, and again I'm using the same setup over here as well, right? And again in the as the assistant general I'm gonna use any point Jindio, right? And I'm gonna compare the outcome from the both of these general from the same tile, what kind of the difference are there, right? So guys, now let's quickly proceed for the gathering part. Let's go for the level 16 tile, here. Let's choose our generals and the assistant. Now let's go for the another food tile. Again the same general and same setup, I'm gonna use it. Assistant General Coin Jindiok. Both are there at the tile. So as soon as they would be returning, I would be showing you the outcome, from the both tiles while using the same setup, same generals, right? I would be showing you the outcome very shortly. Now guys, as you can see, only the little time has left in this particular tile. So we will complete this tile fully, and for this particular tile we will recall our troop when there would be the less than 1 minute, right? And then we would be seeing what kind of the outcome would be there and what kind of the difference would be there. So firstly let's see, while completing this tile fully, how much resources we are gathering actually. So this general has returned, and let's see, how much we are gathering. So from the level 16 tile, you can see 17.6 M and 3 M from the Shimazu Yoshihiro, what I'm getting, and from the Zindiok extra gain is the 4 M, so 7 million. So it would be the 24.6 million in total what we are getting from the level 16 tile. That after finishing it fully. Now as for this trial, you can see, it's about to be finished, and very soon, right now you can see it's less than 1 minute, is there, in completing this particular tile. So let's do one thing, let's recall our troop before fully finishing this particular tile and see what would be the the total outcome. You know, you can see something, little has remained in this particular tile. Now guys, here you can see it's the 19.8 M, what I have gathered, and in below is the 3 M, and in the extra gain from the ginger 5.2 M. So let's calculate the total. 3 F 3 and 5 8 M, 8.2 M, Is it 27? Is it 28 million that I'm getting from the, this particular report, right? When I, the recall my troop before finishing the tile in the last 1 minute, right? And now here you can see when I fully finished the tile, I was getting the 7.6 million, 3 million, 4 million over here. And in this one, when I didn't fully finish the tile and recalled my troop within the last minute, I'm getting the approx of 20 million over here, and over here, more than 8 million. It's a huge difference. Okay, this is the glitch, into the game, that is delivering you the more gain. So if in case you guys, going for the resource gathering competition, so now you know what you have to do it. You have to go for the food gathering, and with the Shimazu and Jindiok setup, right? And all 6 marches or 5 marches you have to use specifically for the food gathering if you want to win the resource gathering competition. Plus, if some of you want, what you can do it, in the Shimazu, in the food gathering general, you can see the first skill is the, food gathering bonus from outside city resource portal plus 2%. So if you upgrade, these one, those are easily upgradable one, you will get the more resources, right? So if you want to stay ahead over others in the resource gathering competition, then food gathering and through this particular setup and recalling your troop within the, when the last 1 minute is there is the best option for you, right? Now to be specifically, how soon you can recall your troops, you can, do the R&D from your side. I have informed you that, if within the 1 minute you're going to recall your troops, then you're gonna get the, the extra gains, right guys? So now let's proceed to the next part, guys. Now, guys, in this part, let's speak about how we can actually grow fast, or what all methods are there, what all ways are there through which we can maximize our gathering gains. So, let's get into it. But before that, firstly, let me show you the one picture. Now, guys, in this image, you can see game is delivering multiple options for the troop load. And I believe many of you might be aware, what exactly is the troop load and what is the functionality of troop load. So guys, in short, let me specify, troop load is there so that you can do the gathering and many other activities as well in the most escalated time period as well, right? It allows you to gather or to do many other things, with the absolute lowest number of troops possible, right? And now how to effectively utilize these things, in your game, let me show you, because it's gonna give you the huge benefit, because now it's gonna deliver you the more option. Well, before that, let me inform you, one thing. I have seen that people, whenever are going for the gathering, what they just simply do, they just choosing their gatherers and simply, choosing their higher tier troops and, just selecting march and, going for the gathering, right? Guys, never do it. Never, use your higher tier troops. It just simply do not make any sense, right? Whenever you're going for the gathering, always remember that, you have to use your lower tier troops, means absolute lowest tier troops, and those are the T1 troops. Use these for the gathering, right? Because this is the war game, and even if you, in case you are into the peaceful server, still hit can happen because of the any miscommunication or because of anything, right? So saving yourself and preventing the any unnecessary loss, is also within your hand, right? And if you would like to grow fast, then obviously you have to, eliminate all of these possibilities, right? So always use T1 troops, right? And apart from it, now guys, let me speak about the troop load part. Guys, I have informed you, even over the monarch gear, it is here, right? And even from here, even within the talent tree, right? You can choose the troop load option, right? And if you want the healing cost, usually I have the healing cost that you can switch without using any gems, and again switch back to the this one, if there is a 8 hours interval. So guys, what you have to do whenever you're going for any tile, right? In the peacetime, you use any n number of the T1s, right? Let me firstly show it to you, right? Suppose, for T12 tile, 4.6 m is required. So you can check it over here. Now, While selecting how many troops, it would be around the 4.6 m. A little above the 100k, I can go for the level 12 tile, with the T1 siege, right? So now, guys, what you have to do now, you know that you can use the T1 troops together. And let me speak about the now escalated time period. Guys, why you think that in the SVS time it is not allowed to gather or to any other activity where you have to use your troops outside your city? Like the simply is reason why, because the people, in the game, in the many servers, most of the people, what they are doing, they're using the higher tier troops. Those give up the many points, right? So now, guys, as I've informed you the troop load option as well, and even the T1 troop. So now you have the option available to even do the gathering and many other activity even in the SVS time as well. And exactly how you can do it, firstly, let's choose the true plot option over here, right? And even if you want in the talent tree also, you can choose the true plot option. Apart from it, guys, there are specific generals as well that will help you out in even eliminating the more of your T1 troops, and to do the gather with the absolute lowest number of the troops. So even if you get hit, you're gonna lose absolutely nothing, right? Let me show it to you guys, right? This level 12 tile, let me show it to you guys while putting up the this general army demo where I have the troop load available. How many troops actually I do need to cover up the level 12 tile. Guys, it's hardly the 70k plus or 80k siege to cover up the level 12 tile, even within the season, even in the SVS time. And you're not losing any point, you're not creating the problem for anyone as well. Plus, your this gathering tile will also become as a trap for the enemy as well, right? Many of you would, might be already aware that many servers use these kind of the traps, right? So, guys, you can do the gathering as well within the SVS time as well, if you choosing this particular, method. Apart from it, guys, obviously you're not gonna lose anything, and neither you're gonna give up the any points within the SVS time. But still, if you're using the two of the general, then what happens that if in case someone is hitting you, then you would be having the both of these general killed. So if you have the general revival stone, you can use those to revive the general, or you can wait for the certain amount of time for the generals to get automatically revived. Otherwise, guys, what also you can do it in the SVS time. So use any general where you have the level 10 dragon, because what those level 10 dragon are doing, let me show it to guys. Guys, what these level 10 dragon are doing, these are giving you the general survival rate plus 100%, right? Means even if you do get hit, you're not gonna die it, right? Even over here as a general survival rate, plus 100%. So even you can use your these general as well for the gathering in the SVS time to maximize your gains, right, guys? And by doing that, you're not gonna lose anything. And do remember one more thing as well, whenever you are gathering within the SVS time, do remember that at least you should be away from the 60 kilometer away from your hive. Go for the tile, those are at least 60 kilometer away from your hive, right? And should not be near any other hive as well, any other alliance as well, right? And simply the reason why I'm asking you this, because if I will speak from the attacker perspective, then it is pretty easy to locate anything that is around the hive, or to locate the location of the hive, right? And anything that is not there, then it is just by coincidence they are going to find it. Otherwise there is just simply no way, right? So guys, to use this particular technique. And apart from it, if you have the march decoration, then use that as well, because whenever you're going for the gathering, then they cannot see what march you are actually sending, right? Otherwise it would clearly show that this is the gathering march, right? So guys, these method you can use it. And apart from it, guys, it's gathering is not the only thing that support your growth, right? There are multiple events within the EVONY that support your growth. Now let me give you the example of the golden pyramid, right, guys? So many times you would see the golden pyramids are there in the SVS time, right? and there is a huge competition over the golden pyramid, right? So what is the best time to do the golden pyramid, guys? This is actually the SVS time, when restrictions are there over the many players, in the game, right? Where when server is not allowing you to do the golden pyramids, but you can actually do it without any worry. And exactly how? Use your level 10 dragon general, right? To go for these pyramids, and use the true plot option over here, and if possible, then from over here as well. And if you can, then put up the level 4 skill book as well for the true plot, and try to use the T1 siege machine for the gathering, and also for the golden pyramid, because those siege machines are having the highest troop load, right? Or apart from it, what else you can do it? If you have these kind of the general, then simply you can use these as well, like the Amir Tamur. Let me show you how much you would be required, usually to do the level 5 golden pyramid. I would say it would be enough. 60k would be enough, right? So guys, this is it, right? And through this, you can maximize your gathering, right? And you can, not just this particular timing, SVS time, and this particular event, even if in case you are within the server, right, where you getting the problem in gathering, and anyhow, the someone is targeting you even over the tiles as well, right? So guys, these method exists within the game that will help you gather at any period of the time without losing anything and without any worry, right? Because think about it, game itself is not saying that there is a piece over the tile or anywhere, right? With the game is saying this is the war game, and we are allowing the attack over the any of these area, right? So how you can save yourself? So game is delivering you the option, and those are like the true plot or option, and literally everywhere, so that you can reduce down the number of the troops even within the T1 troops, so that you lose absolute to nothing. Now, guys, as we are speaking about the maximizing our gains in terms of all the resources and all, so let me speak about the one more thing as well. Firstly, guys, let's take a look at the defense general. I believe all of you already aware of the Shazer, why we use the Shazer, right? So regarding this particular part, I'm gonna speak about, right? So that you should have the more benefits. Guys, firstly, what I see, in terms of the mistakes, what people do, people use the Shazer as a, the main defense general. Guys, never do it. Again, you are into the war game. Even in the peacetime, there is no guarantee that no one is gonna hit you. So why to take the risk, right? So always you use your main general, as a first one, over which you have the all the gears, all the refinement, and always Shazar should be at the assistant general, right? And apart from it, guys, what you do, all the mandatory skill books should be there even on the Shazar as well, right? Whatever the skill book I use on my assistant general, that I use for the PvP, the approximately the same skill book I should use on the Shazar as well, so that if in case someone is attacking me in the nap time period, still, I'm pretty much ready for the defense as well, and there is not a much difference. While at the same time, I can utilize this particular skill of Shazar as well. So guys, do remember Shazar always should be at the second, the as the assistant general. And guys, do remember, not losing anything also leads to the fast growth. And apart from it, guys, if we are speaking about the Shazar, then guys, even the in-city resources hugely matters. Guys, I have the many of it or at the level 30, and the crucial one at the level 36, right, or level 35, and many of at the level 28, right? Before proceeding to the level 37, I have decided to make all of these at the level 32 at least, right? Because this is actually a good source to have the resources, right? And apart from it, guys, always do remember, whenever you're logging in, right, it hardly take a the few seconds of your time to activate these, right? So, always whenever you log in, just like what I'm doing right now, also always activate these, right? Because it's gonna help your in-city resources. And even apart from it, guys, might be you already aware. If in case you do not know it, then remember that, these are the common one. you can use the advanced version of these as well, and where you just need to compose it. It takes the three of the normal speed ups, right? And will give you the one that is there for the 8 hours. So whenever you want to push for the resources, you can use this option as well. Otherwise, simply you can use the normal one, right? Just like this way, compose, and it is giving the 200% increase for the 8 hours, right? And guys, you can also see it, the how much production your in-city resource ports are actually doing, right? So here is the outcome. It's the more than the 1.5 million, right, per hour, for the each resource. And even that is also when I these are literally not much upgraded version, right? So we should be focusing on this particular part as well. And also I would be upgrading these to the higher level, so that I should be having the more ease in terms of gaining the resources. Now, guys, as we all would like to grow fast, so right now I will firstly speak about the gates, gathering gates, what all option we have, and apart from it, how exactly we can use it, and other than that, regarding the monster killing as well, right? So, guys, firstly, regarding the monster killing part, if you would like to grow fast, monster killing is absolutely the must, right? And if you would like to have the strong keep, not just to grow and upgrade your keep, you would like to have the strong keep, then monster killing is the must part. And guys, to grow fast, you must be the self-sufficient. You should be the self-dependent in terms of the monster killing as well, right? And you should be able to kill not the the higher level monster, but at least should be able to kill the decent level monster of all types, so that you can support your growth, right? And guys, if in case you are thinking that those will require the huge buff and the much higher number of calves, then I think you still have not watched my monster killing video. So guys, firstly, do watch that particular video. I will post the link of that particular video, and it will help you to kill the big monster pretty easily, and you would be able to support yourself easily, and you would be able to play according to your timing. Whenever you would like to push, you can push the game, and can grow fast, right, guys? So now, guys, let's speak about the gear part, right? What are the options you have, in the game? So let me give you some general, example. Firstly, King's Gear, all of you do know we have the King's Gear available for all the resource gathering, like the lumber, even for the ore, for the stone, and what left, and food. So we have the King's Gear available. Those are delivering the speed over here. So we can go for the King's Gear as well. So that's how, guys, I'm using, right? Three pieces of the King's Gear and two pieces of Champion's Gear, because these gives the 10% gathering speed. If you want, you can use the Dragon Gear as well if you have the lot of material. I don't have the material. And now in the refining part, guys, you can refine on these three, right, for the gathering speed, like I am doing it, over here, lumber gathering speed in the two of the slots, right? Right. And suppose, guys, if you are not the PvP player, then I will suggest you, try to refine as much as possible, if possible, all the sport. But if in case you are the PvP player, and you not spending much, you hardly spend anything, then I will say, one or two you do it over here, and then rest just leave it, right? Same, you can do it over here as well. I am only refining the one part that do not require any gems, and similarly over here as well, the lumber gathering 10.9%, and rest I'm just leaving it like that. And apart from over here, and even over here, you can get the troop load, and even in the refinement you can get the troop load, as I informed you, recently, troop load in the escalated time period, so you can utilize the troop load from over here as well, from the gate. And even the ring I'm not using, because otherwise you can put up the the any ring, right? And in the ring you can get the, let me show it to you. Over here you can see the load options are there. You can get the load refinement, right? Hence, I'm not using the ring over here, right? And apart from the champions gear in the two pieces, these king's gear And dragon gear, usually what people also do it, let me show you to you that part as well. In the lower tier version, I would say, they do it like this as well. So if in case you do not have any materials even to build the king's gear, you at the lower level, so you can even go it like that as well. If you would like to focus on the some other area first, you would like to save your materials, then you can build the four pieces of the champion gear, and you can put the two pieces of the transcendence gear, right? It gives you the gathering speed of 8%, and four pieces of champions gear give you the gathering speed 10% and extra resource from gathering plus 10%, right? And when you will go for the refinement is usually out of the 10%, right? So guys, these are the gathering gear option that you have it within the game, right? Guys, apart from it, right, there is a difference, how to utilize these gathering gears. Guys, let me firstly inform you one thing. If your growth is dependent on how much resources you gathering, or how much monster you're killing, and whatever the resources you gathering, you collecting from those area, then I will suggest that even if you're the into the PvP as well, the very first thing that you have to do it, right? Make at least 3 to 4 set of gathering gear for every resource type, right? For example, let me show it to you guys. Right now, I'm making the T1 troops. T1 calves is what I'm making, right? Let me show it to you. Right, guys, I'm making the T1 calves right now, and T1 calves requires the food and also the lumber, right? These two things it requires. So what I'm doing, firstly, let me show you to the for the food part. I'm using the Shimazu and the Queen Jindyok, as a main general and assistant general, so that I can gain the extra. As I informed in the initial part of the video, I have the proper gates, for the food gathering general, right? Even on this one, and the same gear I have for even the second one, right? And approximately same gear I have even for the third one as well. Now even the same goes for the lumber gathering, right? You can see it. I have the specific gates, for lumber gathering even on this Jindyok, and even on this Jindyok I have the same gear available. And even on this Jindyok, I have the same gear set available, right? With some sort of the refinement in those, not the all, but still the some sort of the refinement, right? So guys, you also have to do the exactly the same. Guys, do understand one thing. If you're dependent on the gathering, spending big, right? The goal oriented approach is absolutely must for you, right? The target oriented approach, right? Do not think that you just randomly going for the gathering and hoping that I will grow fast, guys. Or might be you have built the one set of gear, for each resource, right? And hoping that I will grow fast, guys. Don't think it like that. The very first thing that you need to do it, at least three set of proper gathering gear should be there, so that you can specifically target the that specific resource that you need on a higher amount, right? So guys, do remember this particular part as well, because suppose if you're making the archers, right? So for the archers to make the around the 6,000, it will require the 85 million lumbers, and the rest the 28 million something, right? So you should be having the at least 3 to 4 marches to gather specifically the lumber, and the rest of the 1 or 2 marches, to specifically gather these resources, right? So that you can easily build up the your archers as well, right? Similarly things goes for the calves as well, right? The 100 million to make the 8,000 and 36 so you can specifically target this particular resources and can do the goal oriented work. So you need at least 3 to 4 set proper set where some refinements are there for each and every resource type, right? And this is the thing, guys, you have to build first even before your PvP gear, right? So guys, this approach you should be opting, Otherwise, things, will only going to get difficult for you, right? So guys, now regarding the grow fast part, right, I think that this is it for this particular video. So if in case guys you like this video, I will appreciate if you can subscribe and like this particular video. So yeah, thank you guys and thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Yep, bye bye.